Hello and welcome back to another episode of Lee's Listers. So this week we're going to concentrate on finishing off the crankshaft. We're going to tighten up the bearings, check everything's okay, and then we're going to move on to stripping, cleaning and refitting the camshaft. We're then going to tighten the engine up, and that'll probably be somewhere there the video finishes. So please give us a subscribe, a like, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll catch you next week.
It's looking good. Tweaking each one again. Still lovely and smooth. I think that'll do it for that one. Time for the others. Not really sure I span off because it's all been filed down and it's all sorts of different places to make it fit or to get them in. Lovely. Tweak. Lovely. So when I said when I was could see before that like bronze bearing, it was that bronze screw could see. It's interesting when it runs, it actually spirals inwards. If it's got anything, it'll grab it and drag it in. You think that'd be backwards. You think it'd want to throw stuff out, but perfect. Right, 4 on this one. A rubber tapping stick. Which nuts come off which? Put that one on there. It's definitely a front one because it ain't got a notch out of it. love putting stuff back together. I enjoy taking stuff to bits, but I enjoy putting it back together. There's a right level of satisfaction of doing it. Truth, look at that. Bit more twitch on them all. As far as I'm aware, there's no torque settings for these. I'm just sort of going off experience. Now, I didn't put a locking nut on that one because I think because of this guard it could be quite tight around here, so but usually they don't always have one on, so I'm not too worried if one's missing. I'll do is just nip. I mean, there is a bit of slap in the bearings. It's not horrific. I've heard worse. Load them with oil. Might just help. That's better still now. Better still. Yeah, it's taking out the slack. Lovely jubbly. Right. So next job, I don't really know. Didn't expect getting that in. Not as easy as that. It turns quite nice. I think next job we continue and move with the camshaft. Oh, hold on. There we go. Slip camshaft in, strip that, slip that in, then probably cam followers, and then I'll start looking at more pistons, conrods, that sort of stuff. But yeah, for now, absolute spot on. Right, let's crack on with the next bit. Right, camshaft time. Box going. Can't wait for it to bloody go because I'm always bloody moving it. Ooh, close. Which one got out of it? So, this sleeve here, meant to turn nice and freely, and it doesn't really. But it does slide up and down here, so my plan is just to clean this, slide that up, give that a right good polishing, slide it back, make sure that's nice and free, because the whole can turns on that. To save taking all that gear to bits. So all that end, and I will take these out and just give this a good clean, and all these cams, all these lobes, or them two lobes, because that gear is really fragile usually. They crack across here. So to save disturbing that, I'm going to try just clean that, slide that up there because it will slide up. but it gets bloody stuck because it's covered in crap. Polish that bit back there, which that bit turns on, which there is. You can just see there an oil groove in there. So if we can get that free and clean through there, that should slide and turn. So that's my plan. First of all, I'm just going to turn my vise so that I can get in a bit easier. Someone said to me when I bought this, hey, you'll have a bloody job, you'll hate this vise because you're always having to wind it in and wind it out. And I'll tell you what though, I'd rather wind it in and wind it out and have the flexibility to hold something like that. One end on the bench, nice and safe. A little anvil on it, which is handy. And just have to cope with winding it in and winding it out, then bloody pain in the ass of having everything rigid. And it's not always practical like that, sometimes you want it straight, so right. I think let's try a bit of brake cleaner. I think it's only a bit of black sticky old oil. It's actually stuck on. Oh, easy as that. Groove feels nice and clean. Oh, easy as that. When it was all that easy. Let's do that. Lovely. Right, I'll polish them lobes. I'll probably just get my compressor back out and the white wheel I'll bloody put away. Just polish the lobes. Polish. No, I don't need to polish that because that's fixed in place. Give that a clean up. Check them, give them a good clean. Probably just do the same with that one. And I think I'll be able to hold that in there. Drop that in there. Tight enough that it doesn't move. Swap it out, give myself a bit more room. I'll be fine once I get some oil in there. I think I'll just do the same with this. And a brake cleaner. Gummed up. It's not actually mucky much because I've pressure washed everything off. There isn't actually that much muck in everything. As far as I'm aware, not all this was absolutely seized either. So, go on. Fed in. think that's good enough. Moves nice. They're nice and clean in there. Those others stuck. Trust your oil can. Blather a bit in that. Doing lovely and free. Splash in there, splash in there, and there, and there. I don't think anything else is required with that, apart from just giving them loads a bit of a polish up. And they're not actually that bad, but they could just do with a clean. Lovely. Right, just polish them up. Lovely. Right, go back in. Right, cranking time. Oh, they won't go on because I've got the bloody nuts on. Just whip these off at this end. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Right, that's that in lined up. Next job is a little bearing bit. Got to get it lined up with that little bolt hole that I cleaned out, because that is what stops it turning. So that's a little bit of a guesstimate, is that job. So to shove it in it. That was my thumb, as you haven't guessed. Right, let's slid on the 3 legs. So that's slid on there. I'll try and do now is line this little bolt hole up. Think got it first go. Right up there, yes. No, I am. Bugger. Thought I had. Just gonna get a torch. Just, I might be able to see. Make it so you can see and I can see. Ah, not far off of there. Should have done that first time. Just grabbed the bearing inside with my hands and just turned it ever so slightly. Right, I'll snip it up. Right, that is a shoot back like that. The camshaft all the way home. So moves like that, you see, between them 2 bearings. That's poking all the way up there. So I can have the gear put back on. It's in here somewhere. It's in that one, I think. So yeah, can slot the magneto gear back on. So that's then that then boxed off. I can get the governor housing put on this end, but I'll probably wait with that because I'll time it up with that one there for the crank and the cam. Reminds me, I might want that bearing cover off to see the numbers. I'll try it first. Right, done it again. So I've just whipped the cover off. I always forget you can't see this bloody mark on here. So anyway, there's an I on there, or a 1, and a 0 or an O on here. And then this gear, just polish up so you can see there's an O in a divot, in a point, sorry, tooth. It's in the divot on that one, and that's on the tooth, and that's in the divot. So you line the eye, so the eye's where my fingers are, it sits there, and the O, so it sits there. And then there's this fancy little bolt goes in the back with a peg in it. I just need to remember which way it goes. I think it's that way, because they're tapered. There's a hole through at 45 degrees which lubricates the bottom. So I'm pretty certain it goes that way in. That's got to line up with a little hole inside, and then you put a nut and washer on the outside, and that then should be the engine timed up with the camshaft and the crankshaft. But yeah, just like the K, just like the Q, I put that bloody cap on, getting too excited, and forgot to time the bloody thing up. So, right, don't know how much you can see. Try not to get me made in the way. Right, there's the eye and the eye. The eye should be somewhere. O and O, I and I. And then the O lines dead straight up. Took my torch in. Come on. Come on. Tap. It's not quite lined up. I'll just twizzle it with a pick if it will. It's not lined up because it's not sat flush. Let's have a little peek. What I'm doing when I'm tapping it, I'm just turning it at the same time. Just trying to get it lined up. A little bit redneck. I'm just gonna try to wonder what turn it's resting on there. That's all it needs. There, it's gone. Don't need a lot. That'll go on there. Just check that before I tighten it too far. O to O, I to I. Perfect. That's the same one as that one. It is. Bloody lucky. Bingo. Now, woohoo! That's alright, that's alright. Suck, squeeze, bang, blow, should be lined up. That's alright. Should line up at some point. Can never remember how many revolutions it is. If I do line up again. Bizarre. Use this, there we are. Yeah, mesh. We can't go any other way because if that was around there, that's lined up that one, it's got to go that way. Right, bearing cap back on. Haven't guessed, I hate doing that bit. Absolutely hate doing that bit. Get a spanner again. Good, right. It's all timed up. So you can't see it with that bloody cover on, which is a pain, but anyway. Try not to make a mistake again. Anyway. Right. Suppose I can have a go at the oil pump. Or this cover can go on. Could go on quite nice actually. Suppose I'll do that. Right. Governor housing. It just hooks on to there. Should just push right up. There we go. 1, 2. 3. That's it, I'm going to get a new one for that. That one is a bit grim. That'll go in my parts. On there, take that one off. Stick that bad boy on. And again, just make sure everything moves. And tweak. Happy with that. Good. Right, I'll slip that on. That should be in one of these boxes. There it is. So, tape a pin, I'll put that on. Just keep polish up so it didn't nail the top any longer. Alright, just polish the top of that up. And the grinder again. That one. It turns nicely still. Suppose I could get the jack lever on. Work the pump lever. Get the oil pump strips. There's plenty I can do at this side, so just carry on. Jack lever, pump lever. So that's a primary petrol. But this one had been single, you would use that. And then your petrol pumps on there, usually petrol and oil pumps mounted on there, but this one is just your petrol pump. And then otherwise, if you don't use that, it's pushed round by the camshaft and it goes up and down. Yeah, that's that one. I am going to do the oil pump next, I think. Strip that, make sure it's all free inside, and chuck that on.